So this article in The Atlantic did this issue. Um, it's later than you think,
Mm.
and it's got a lot of great pieces in it from different authors and writers and someone named Aziz Huq. I can't say Huq. I think Huq has an article in it called "A Warning Out of Time," where he writes about this Jewish labor leader named Ernst Frankel back in you know World War, Germany, as that sort of the war was forming just before the war in the 30s. And he wrote a book called The Dual State, The Theory of Dictatorship, right? And the concept of it, and what the author breaks down, is that the uh, these authoritarians, when they come in as they're shaping it, and there's a lot of pre-work that they do before they even seize power, but the goal is to form a separate state that runs in parallel to what he calls the normative state. And that
Mm.
that state for the dictatorship is the prerogative state, um, that they want. It's sort of like it comes from legal terms, but it means you create a state where their actions are beyond the reach of the law. So, that started with John Roberts saying, as long as you're a president,
Yeah.
if you were president at any time, you can commit any crime at any level as long as you say, I'm president, or I'm going to be president, or blah, blah, blah. The law can't touch you. So that's sort of,
If you're famous, they just let you do it.
you're famous, they just let you do it.
Yeah.
Sort of the beginning of this prerogative state where the ordinary law doesn't apply. And the key thing to understand about what this man wrote about and about what happened in Nazi Germany is the normative state persisted. And the authoritarians needed that normative state to persist so that everybody felt like, okay, things are normal. You could always point to that. While the prerogative state was growing in its scope and its reach and its power.
Mm.
They could scoop up all kinds of other people, but they didn't touch others. So anybody they didn't touch didn't understand this sort of dual state, this
Yeah.
what I defined as sort of the underworld. I use this phrase called, for these sort of gangsters, for and it doesn't matter if they're just running a mafia and organized crime within somebody else's state, because it does. The president is somebody else in the underworld. It's not whoever. Like we finally made the president a mob boss, right? But it's that whole world has different rules, different laws, different, and they need the normative state. They need the realm of the light. They need the light to move their shadows. It goes together because everybody's still that they are manipulating and sucking resources from and controlling and shaking down needs to keep operating in this realm of the light so that their power can grow, so that they can shake you down. And it's a weird flip to think, but I just end this with this because I'm already over a little bit. We can't stop seeing him and the people around him as a mafia family.
Yeah.
We can't stop seeing them that way. This is a criminal organization. It's a crime family.
Yeah.
And it's like the big mistake we made in replying to those thugs that committed 9/11 was to try to go after a state, try to go after some other country, when it was a gang of very dangerous thugs. So we didn't treat the attackers like mass criminals and mass murderers. We treated them as if we responded as if it was some attack from a nation state, and that drug us into it was talk about eye off the ball, and it was so hard to see that except for in retrospect. This is the same thing, and we need to see it very clearly here. Because if you see him as a criminal and understand that he's just a criminal, this is about making money. Oppressing people is about expanding his power and expanding his financial reach and those of people around him. Everything he goes about, where you feel even the thought police, it's a shakedown. It's a shakedown, right? Yes, it's authoritarianism. Yes, we're in it. We're there, right? But so we're there because this lawlessness is about a crime family and the head criminal being beyond the reach of the law. And so this state, this prerogative state, this needed to be formed. He had to break all the rules, redefine everything, come in and really tell us even how to think about it and control that process so that the law can't reach him and he can do whatever he wants like a proper gangster. If we continue to look at him as a criminal and a gangster, then we can actually know where and how to fight him. And Harvard figured it out.
Yeah.
No, you don't. You don't shake us down. Fuck you. And we'll fight you on that.
Yeah.
We're not, it's because we know, because with all these gangsters, you let a mafia, you let a crime family, you let a mobster into your life and try to think you're going to make some deal with him. Oh, sure, you'll own the. I'll share my restaurant ownership with you. Great, and you'll give me some protection, and this is going to work out great for me. Guess what?
No.
The clock is ticking to where he burns you down for the insurance money, and it's all gone. It never. You cannot get them. Everyone's talking in terms of you don't capitulate because they'll come back for more, and they'll keep. Yes, because they're gangsters. I
Yeah.
understand they put on suits with the stupid red tie and he's sitting in an Oval Office. But Putin, he's been whatever of Russia for as long, and that guy came out of a crime family. This is, it doesn't matter if they seize control of the state. I mean, it matters in big ways, but it doesn't change who they are and it doesn't change what their goals are. It doesn't change them. It just subjects us, 300 and something million people, to their ruthlessness. But just keep reminding yourself, this is just a crime family. He's just the criminal. He has a tremendous amount of power, but we can go after him like a criminal and we
Yeah.
can say no to him like a criminal.